What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Underrated Plug. Today, we're going to be talking about Fear of the Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 3, 4, and 5. I actually missed 3 and 4, so I'm just going to kind of do a little recap for you guys now. And also, I'm going to talk about the latest episode, which was Episode 5. So, starting off with 3. Now, 3 was really, really great to see because we got to see Al kind of almost reunite with her lover, but we definitely got to see Dwight and his wife reunite. I mean, everybody's been waiting for that for the longest time. So that was a real beautiful scene. That was real awesome to see. Now, Al, man, I wish he would have just kind of went through with it, but of course, it has to go the way it has to go. So after crawling through rats and almost getting infected and almost getting killed by the people that they discovered living in this building, she literally, was going to be unselfish. And I think one of her decisions in that was to, not really break that connection with Dwight. I think she found a brother in Dwight, so she wasn't really ready to give up that connection with him. And also, she also knew that her lover, her love interest, might not be able to be with her or even might have to kill her. So it is kind of a risk. So she was unselfish and she sent her lover away. And by her doing that, she actually was able to save all those people from the disease by the rats. And I think she called it the bubonic plague or something, but some kind of plague. So she was able to save all those people, have a nice cold beer, and also, reunite back with Dwight and hopefully one day with her group. So, and then to fast forward, the end of the episode, we get to see Dwight and his wife reunite, which I'm sure everybody was waiting for, like I said. So episode 3 was really, really a fantastic episode. Now, episode 4, an interesting episode, but a little slower. Now, John basically discovers the body and finds out that the guy he has been working with or relieving every day ends up dead. Now he wants to do some investigating, but of course Virginia kind of shuts that down, but he kind of still does it anyway, and he goes and digs the body and finds out that it wasn't a walker attack. It was in fact a slit throat that killed the guy, and he was kind of probably set up to be pushed into the barbed wire, so it looked like it was a drunken accident because I guess everybody knew that he was a drinker. But in turn, his girlfriend that was a part of the original group was in love with him, and they planned on running away, and nobody knew. But maybe Virginia found out about that and got wind of it, and of course, you know what she does to people who are not on her side or people who are not valuable. She either shuns them out or outcasts them, or she kills them. So in this turn, since he tried to run, she probably killed him or had him killed, one of the two. So John kind of figures that out, but to kind of ease John's mind and ease his worry, she gives him back his wife. And everybody knows John and his wife are super in love and super, close. So that was a really great manipulative move to throw him a reward for, kind of finding out about the murder, but, not saying nothing or kind of shutting him up, was to give him what he really wanted, which was his wife. So that was awesome to see at the end of that episode. Now, the episode you came here for, season 6, episode 5. Always do that season, but episode 5. So this episode was actually a really great episode. A lot was revealed and a lot happened in this episode. It starts out with Dwight and his wife, getting their makeup time and showing the letters and, all the things that he's been collecting, and finding in order to find her. So she does kind of pull a weird little doozy over him once he tells her about running away. She basically gets up and goes out for a fork or something and disappears. And the back door, I guess, is open, or he hears some noises. So he goes and inspects it, finds out that these masked men just pop up and basically kidnap him. Now, this scene was really cool. I actually had to pause it because it was really, really awesome to see this kind of horror scene in this, zombie show. And it reminded me of kind of like The Purge or something, just because of the mask and, everybody's standing there looking all mysterious, really Purge-like. But that was a cool little scene. And, he later discovers that, this is a group and these are all outcasts of Virginia's or runaways. And also his girl is a part of this. And, she also doesn't want to run away. I mean, he's trying to get her to run away and she's like, nah, I'm staying. I need to do this. I want to kill Virginia. And, she at first she kind of convinces him to, go after Virginia. And he kind of gets on this, like, blinded by love kind of trip where he's, trying to, go after them and, start this war kind of prematurely, even though Morgan and Al are trying to convince him not to, do it. he's blinded by the love of his wife. I mean, he just found her and he's only, been with her a few days. So he wants to, be with her. So the only way he can do that is running away. But he doesn't realize at first that her instinct or her, who she is currently is not running away. She wants to fight Virginia. And then you discover at the end of the episode that the reason is because she feels some kind of guilt because she didn't do anything to help, take down Negan when she had the chance. Even when they were kind of arguing back and forth about, trying to save her, he's trying to talk her out of killing all these people. She shouts to him, we can't let this man do this, or this guy. She's something of, to that nature. And he goes, wait, what guy? And then I guess he realizes, or in the show you realize, oh, and they even say they're talking about Negan and how she didn't help do anything to fight against Negan when they were going at it with Negan. So she, in her mind, she wants to redeem herself by, killing these people and doing something to go after Virginia because she didn't do nothing to Negan when she had the chance. But the husband, Dwight, he really is trying to save her from this burden of killing people and, starting along that path, because once you're on that path, it's really hard to get off. I mean, we've seen that in the past with Morgan and Michonne and just anybody who has really, killed anybody, Strand, Alicia, the mom, everybody kind of went through their phase of killing and couldn't control themselves and then trying to, get out of that. It's a really dark, situation to be in. So he's trying to spare her that hate. And, he'd rather do it himself than to let her do it. But they have this weird, like, back and forth confliction of that, and then throwing the Negan tie-in. And also Negan being mentioned in the show was actually kind of a little, little bomb or a little nugget dropped that we might see some Negan action in the future because, they mentioned Negan a few times. He literally took up a few scenes of the whole show. So we might get some Negan action going. Also, Morgan pops up in the show. He pops back up with his cool little Grim Reaper, like, bounty hunter, stolen identity. And, his character is getting more edgy. I mean, I want Morgan to be more savage. Honestly, I'm so sick of the nice Morgan. I want more savagery Morgan. But every episode, he is, getting more edgy. And even in the show, he says, she must die, but, we have to do it smart. He's just trying to do it the smart way. And he doesn't want to get everybody killed. I mean, he's been through a few wars. And he sees how, he even mentions it, he sees how long and lasting and, how many people it takes and all the good people they've lost because they've had to fight for, survival. So he's just trying to do it smarter. But, nobody's trying to hear smart when they want vengeance. And also the wife is a little, she's a little slick. I mean, it's pretty interesting for her to, come from a Negan place or that Negan camp because of the, halfway through the show, she kind of locks her guy in the little, that little pool or little cage or whatever that thing was. She locks him in there too. She tells her guy, put him in there too because I don't want you going back. She used that excuse, I don't want you going back to the person you used to be. But I think she knew that he was going to try to talk her out of it, or he was going to do it himself instead of her because, he just didn't want her to do that. And also, the faking their Al and Dwight faking their death was pretty cool. They really did find walkers that looked like them too. So, they had to fake their death so that Virginia knows that they're dead and doesn't try to come after them, which is a good way to, to cover your tracks. Now, let's hope they find them and they buy it because they never did, respond back or check in after their check when the guys showed up and they were, pissed that they didn't, be there with these people they said that were there and they traveled all day to get there. So hopefully in the patrols, they'll find the bodies and really believe that, okay, somebody killed them or they got killed, out on patrol or while they were scouting. Also, in episode 3, I think it was pretty interesting to see the GoPros. I think that was like the first generation of the GoPro that was on their shoulders. Those little cameras they're recording with, I want to say those were GoPros, but I'm not entirely sure. But they look hell of a lot like GoPros. So maybe not. I got to look at it again, but I'm pretty sure those are like the Hero 1s or something or 2s, but they look like the GoPros. That was pretty cool to see. And, also the masked people or the outcasts, that was pretty cool to see the outcasts. We kind of get some new villains, and even Dwight knew one of the guys from the past, so that was cool. So this show's kind of coming full circle. They're doing a lot of full circle things. I mean, the show opening up with the letters and the infinity sign, and ending with Dwight riding an arrow and an infinity sign. so that his wife, if she ever wants to or come to her senses, they can find each other again. That's kind of a cool thing that they have now that, it's the end of the world. They kind of have these messages written to each other so that they can always find each other. So that is awesome to see. So this fifth episode all the way to the first have been really revealing. We got to see Alicia, Strand, and a bunch of other characters. So I'm also really loving the way they're filming the show. The show is really cool the way that they're filming it. I really enjoy seeing the different perspectives and the different situations. It's really cool. I mean, I think that's what took a lot away from some of the other shows is that they put so much into one episode that this one is actually making you wait on everybody's story. So great storytelling from the writers, and I hope it just gets better and better and more invigorating and more intense. I want these characters this season to get real savage. I mean, Virginia by herself is one of a kind character. She's awesome. I mean, she's going to be a hard person to take down or kill because she is just a savage and she is ahead of everybody. And she is just really cuckoo and crazy. I really do love that actor too. She's a great actor who plays that character because she be killing those roles. She's even in that TV show, The Boys, and she's a really, kind of cuckoo, kind of crazy character in that show too. So she's a great actor. But so that's my review of The Fear of the Walking Dead, season 6, episode 3, 4, and 5. Hope you guys tune in next week. I'm gonna try to get these things out right after the episodes, but I'm trying my hardest to film these things as quick as possible. But this stuff takes a lot of time. Number one, and number two, I'm trying to get these out, right after the episodes, these recaps or reviews. So like, comment, subscribe, enjoy the channel, enjoy the rest of the episodes. Also check out the music reviews if you were into music. And that's all I got for you guys today. See you guys next Sunday. Hopefully we get some great stuff next week. And peace. Stay safe. See you guys next week. Later.